Namaste, Officer Scorpios and Scorpio Risings, and welcome to the Soul Horoscope SUPERscope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I call myself the Sensei to Serious Joy. That's because my new mission is to help people step into their joy, and believe me, it's a mission. It's not necessarily easy. And really this month, the Scorpios and Scorpio Risings might be just doing that, stepping into the relationship necessary in order for you to step into what I call serious joy or enlightenment. The reason why I call this a super scope is because it's super. It serves more than just one personality. It's for the Scorpios, the Scorpio Risings, and there's a love segment for those who have Venus in Scorpio a little bit further here in the super scope. So all of y'all, Scorpio and Scorpio Risings, with the Sun in Taurus, you are working on your marriage. You are working on your relationship to yourself, and you're working on, therefore, your relationship to others. A lot of people do not focus on the relationship to themselves. It's one of my secret recipes, I believe, into manifesting. The truth is that the first thing we manifest is a perception of ourself. And from that duality, we bring in all reality. So if that perception is that you're a slave to yourself, or you are drowning, or whatever, that is the nut, that is the chestnut, the seed to everything you do, every relationship you have, and so on. So as we start off this week, we're going to have a solar eclipse in Taurus, which is going to reestablish balance in your life. And balance is reestablished by the way you relate to yourself, being fair to yourself and demanding it. And the Sun in Taurus with the lunar eclipses and a solar eclipse is going to basically make that a super pellet. So that's going to be a new marriage that lasts until the next solar eclipse, which is in 2022. Now this will change your judgment of everything once you've reestablished fairness with yourself, and that means relationships, long-term relationships, marriages, long-term business partnerships, everything down the line will eventually be changed from this dynamic moment. Now while you're changing, you're at the same time not changing. We have a grand square going on right now up in the stars. It has budged a little bit. From east to west here, Uranus on the left screen is you having to innovate your strength at the end of the day, in the moment, on the fly, all the time. So Scorpios are kind of like having to dance the whole time in your lifestyle to pull this off. Mars retrograde on the other side is having you find a new faith in yourself, which to some degree is like, why did I come to this damn life again? Why did I do this? Like, you might be having those questions. Then Pluto, your home planet in Capricorn, is saying you must think positively. You must cut away from the old thinking and the old control habits through thinking and control through information and all that sort of thing. But the one free planet is Jupiter in Cancer, which is pushing forward with what? Your personal learning and your beliefs. Changing by why? Well, your emotions are forcing you to change what you believe in, and that will change everything. So it's my belief that beliefs is where it's all at, and beliefs all comes down to whether or not your heart is aligned with your life. That's belief, when it's all in integrity that way. So that said, where is the solar eclipse? Well, it happens in Taurus, and what it does is do a huge booster shot of energy toward the marriage. So with all this going on, and you moving forward with belief, right now at this moment, you stamp in a new marriage. So you could say, I say with my clients, these are new marriage vows. What do you vow to yourself? Vow to yourself before you get married and after you get married. Vow to yourself as you are dying at the last breath of your life. What did you vow to yourself? This is what this is all about. So, so this is clearing away the old marriage, first of all, clearing away the old relationship, the old baggage, the old way of treating yourself, the old way of regarding yourself in the mirror. And really the best way for a Scorpio to look at themselves is as a manifester, as a wizard, as a creator, because that's what Taurus is. So you are here to create things on earth, and it starts with the way you create a relationship with yourself. I've been clear, I think. So the solar eclipse, which is light cast day and basically a new moon, happens very late Monday night. We'll talk more about that. Now at the same time, as we're kind of on freeze or hold in those areas, we have a lot of fluidity going on with Jupiter again as the fluid planet. So as you move forward with new beliefs, what happens is your new ego with Saturn is being born, Saturn retrograde, and Chiron is your heart is healing. All from moving forward with what you believe. And that means moving forward with what your heart believes, right? And that's part of the healing, and that's part of crafting the new ego. So although we're not moving in those four directions, underneath the seams, emotionally, you are moving. And when you're on your path of growing and emotionally responding newly to your emotions and responding differently to emotions and responding to your emotions according to a belief that is in line with your heart, all this mess moves forward in my belief. All right, so looking at this week, like I said, Monday night when you go to bed in the United States or early morning in Europe and the rest of the planet, there will be the solar eclipse. This is light cast day, the most powerful day of the month to set our intentions. And basically a step 8 light cast is one that is stepping away from what did not work. So you're cutting off the old marriage vows, and therefore any relationship that was tied to those vows will have to be renegotiated or go with it, just so you know. Then Tuesday, we're holding space through the day and acting on those decisions right away. Still holding space as the moon stays. And then on Thursday, things get delicate. You might feel very vulnerable, start to second guess. This is where you have to step up, not out, and continue to have faith through the boundary shift. And by the end of the week, the moon is catching up to Jupiter. So you will feel if your beliefs were correct or feel if your beliefs were not correct by the end of the week. So in essence, this week is about rebuilding your soul capital with yourself, your confidence with yourself, by returning to a marriage that works for you. This allows you to sprout new relationships according to the new marriage plan and allow you to grow from there. And that is in essence what this week is about. Now, what about, the question is, if you love like a Scorpio, that is if you have Venus in Scorpio, or what I call the zero VQs. Well, this is a very, very powerful time for those who have Venus in Scorpio, because for you, if you are single, you are now moving into the space that will bring the greatest love. This is for you, meaning you should allow yourself to have whatever is you greatly love now, whether it's creating or expressing yourself. You want to give that to yourself to draw in by law of attraction that potential. For those in existing relationships or marriages right now with Venus and Scorpio, your potential together is moving to a higher potential as well, and you'll want to hold space. It will maybe take some time for the two of you to birth that. Remember, the normal cycle of birth is 9 months, so for you, be patient with that with each other and allow each other to accept and receive. For those with Venus and Scorpio who are by themselves and artists or moving forward in just their relationship to their own heart, you will now reach a private momentum, I believe, in this next week of really starting to understand what's truly special about you and different about you. And that's with the high degrees of where Venus is in Pisces. But this is all, of course, for those who have Venus in Scorpio and your Venus. And if you'd like to know more or be guided by your Venus every day, I do this at gavenus.com. So leading that, actually, if you bought a Megascope, I want to remind you that I did a huge section on the solar eclipse in Taurus. So go back and review that. If you don't have a Megascope, you can still get one at soulmart.me. Also, if you'd like to be guided in the moment by your date of birth, I have this great system called gavenus.com. I send 5 to 7 texts a day based on your chart. You learn more about yourself, and there's videos included. Come to gavenus.com for details. And if you're on Facebook, we'd really appreciate it if you added us or subscribe to our channel. That helps out a lot. Or you can come to, excuse me, that was YouTube. Or you can come to Facebook and like our page and share us with your friends. Or if you want me to email you, I do email out every day. Just come and get on our list at soulmart.me. Lots of ways for us to stay in touch. All right, Scorpio, Scorpio risings, namaste. Such a pleasure to serve. Step into that new marriage. We have a special bond between you and I. I'm a Taurus, you know. And I think in each of our case, we remind each other of the importance of protecting ourselves. In your case, in relationships, protecting yourself, all right? I'll see you in 7 days with more. Until then, namaste. I love you.